Perfect. All right. Okay, well, welcome everybody to another Monday night Zoom, our Grit and Grace team Zoom. We have a special guest with us tonight, Liza Mendez. I met her on the Top 20 Regional Retreat, and she has an incredible story, and she's just an amazing, amazing woman. She has an incredible testimony. She just made Stay La Vie. She made the Top 20 Retreat, and she's killing it on Reels and TikToks. So I just asked that she come on and share with us a little bit about herself. So Liza, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself and just maybe share with us, how long have you been with It Works, and just a little bit about yourself and your journey, your It Works journey.
Of course. Okay. Yes. Hi. Thanks for having me on, Natalie. And so glad to be here with you guys. We had our training at the same time, but from time to time, some of the leaders, they do this for each other, and it's such an honor. So thank you for having me on. So a little bit about me. I started It Works November of 2019, November 20th of 2019 to be exact. And I started because I really was looking for something where I could be home with my kids and have time freedom. I didn't necessarily need the money as far as like, I needed an extra, $500. I literally wanted a career change. Like, I have been around network marketing my entire life. When I was a little girl, my mom was in network marketing and basically just gave products away. It's no big deal. It's fine. She just wanted everybody to have all these good products. But so she never really made a lot of money with it, but I knew the potential was there and it wasn't a scary thing to me. However, I did get friended from a Host to Post by Christy Christensen. She's my direct enroller. If you guys don't know who she is, she's the #2 income earner in the entire company globally. So that she's pretty incredible person. She's 30 years old, and I'm old enough to be her mother, but that didn't stop me. I was like, if this girl can make this amount of money, I can make some change with this company too. So the biggest thing for me is that she friended me from a Host to Post. And I want you guys to remember that, because Host to Post is so important and so key to signing customers and distributors. I also want to say too, with my story, is I told Christy no about 2 or 3 times. I can't remember if it was 3 or 2, but I know it was multiple times I told her no. I want you guys to remember that too, because when you get told no, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a hard no. It's just not the time for them. So I was interested. Honestly, the Host to Post that she put up was $500. It wasn't $500. It was $500, but what it was she advertised it as Disneyland tickets. I didn't necessarily need $500. I made that like a day when I did nails, owning my salon. But free Disneyland tickets, like, who doesn't want that, right? Because it's a lot of money when you go to Disneyland with your 4 kids and you're like, bye, I would love to have some free tickets because that's $500 extra I get to spend at Disneyland, right? So keeping those key things in mind with my story, because you want to do Host to Post, you want to think of different ways to advertise your Host to Post. Maybe people don't need $500, even though that's a lot of money. Like, that's a lot. But some people are like, $500. I don't know what this girl's talking about. But I was like, free Disneyland tickets? Okay, sign me up. So, it's just like a mind thing. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind with telling my story. I always like to add that, because you want to do Host to Post, and don't be afraid when people tell you no, because I told Christy Christensen no multiple times. But when I was ready, with me, I owned a salon. I did nails for 30 years. I was tired of traveling across the state. 4 years ago, next month, my husband's job promoted him. We lived in Spokane, Washington, and he got promoted to the Portland, Oregon area. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't debt free yet. And I wasn't ready to just close my salon down. I had invested a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. If anybody has ever owned a business of any sort, you know that it is a lot of money to start a brick and mortar business. It just is. It's not only $10,000 or plus to I never wanted to add it up, because I kind of did it as I went. Most of my opening my salon, I did completely debt free. I remodeled it as I went, which was super awesome, but it was thousands of dollars. And then monthly overhead is thousands of dollars. So I wasn't ready to close it down. I thought I could travel, it's like 5.5 hours across the state. And I'm like, I'll just go every couple weeks, work on clients, clean my salon, get it organized, and then come back home. Well, after about a year of doing that, I was hella over it. I was like, I'm leaving my kids. Now I wasn't working as full-time as I was before because my husband's, his promotion was a life-changing income for him, but I still was working and I was, making what I was making. I was making still pretty good money and I owned the salon. So I was bringing in money from that, but I was leaving my kids. I would come home and Layla was like, I'm like, did you take a shower? She's like, I don't think so. I was like, oh my God, it was like 4 days. So it's got 4 days. Fine. So it was just like little things like that. I was like, okay, I don't want to leave my kids anymore. I didn't want to leave my kids. I was tired. I don't know if any of you have ever traveled a lot, like as far as commuting, like with the airplane. It is hard on your body going up. Like, I don't even know how airline flight attendants do it, because going up and down and all that, it's just like this weird thing for my body, or maybe I'm just old and my body's just like, what the crap. But it was hard on my body physically to travel because I was flying most of the time because the weather here is like snow and whatever else. And so it was too dangerous. And so I just really, really was looking for something to take care of my body, put my health first, and to make money. And so I was really looking for this. Are you always going to find those people that are looking for this? No, but they're out there. I was out there and I had already told her no. But when I was ready, here's the thing. Every single day, Christy, and this was before Reels and TikTok, right? Every single day she shares her life on her stories. Every single day, your stories need to be loaded every single day. Every single day she posts about the business or the opportunity and the products. Every single day. Does she get likes and comments on it? Not every day. Even with all the followers she has. But posting every single day, the right person's going to see your post. And I kept seeing her post every day. And I'm like, this girl is, even though my kids were older, a lot older than her kids were little, and she was pregnant and all the things, but I still didn't want to miss time with my kids either, even though they were older. And I already did that for so many years. I missed all the best hours of their days for so many years. And so I was ready. I was really ready. And when I was ready, I was like, okay, I want to talk to you about your products. But I was that annoying person that was like, I got to try them first. And she's like, okay, fine, whatever. She was probably like so annoyed, but I became a loyal customer. I was literally a loyal customer, maybe about 2 weeks. Cause by the time the products got to me, I used them for like 5 days and I was like, I'm in. Show me what I need to do. And so that at that moment, at that point on November 19th of 2019, I was like, tell me what I need to do every single day. There wasn't a day that went by. And even still to this day, there isn't a day that goes by where I'm not talking to her about something, because I have bigger goals now than I did then. Right. But when I started, I didn't have any experience in this. Did I have experience with network marketing? Yeah, I knew what it was. I knew you could make money with it, but I never tried to do it as a business. And I didn't have a whole lot of social media experience at all. If you scroll back on my Instagram, don't do it because it'll take you too long. But if you scrolled all the way back, you would see just pictures of fingernails. That's all you would see, because that is what I had an Instagram for. My oldest daughter, who's a diamond on my team now, she's 27. She actually started my Instagram when she was in high school. She's like, Mom, you need an Instagram. I'm like, why do I need an Instagram? That's weird. I don't know how to do that. And she's like, you need an Instagram. You need to put your nail pictures on there. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Do it and turn it on my phone and make sure I know how to do it, because I don't know how to do any of that. So I didn't know how to do any of that. And the reason why I say this is because I learned as I went. I didn't let that stop me. I didn't let that all the girls I felt like, because they're there, but I felt like all the girls were a lot younger than me. All of them knew how to use their phone and their social media and all the things, but I didn't let it stop me. I just made sure that I just figured it out. I just figured it out as I went, and I never stopped. So every single thing like that she had laid out, I just did it every single day. She's like, okay, make a list of people, message them this message, send me screenshots. So that's what I did. So I went, my first paycheck was like $65, which I think is pretty good because I was like 10 days in November, right? And then in December, I went Ruby. And in January, I went Emerald. And I actually went Emerald at conference. I went to conference even though I didn't even know anybody from the business. I hadn't even met Christy in person. I literally heard them talking about it on a meeting, and I said, hey, I messaged Christy, hey, is this like, am I too new to go to whatever it is that you guys are talking about? And she's like, no, you want to go? And I was like, yeah, well, do I need to go? Is that how I'm going to like make money? And she's like, yeah, you need to go. I'm like, okay, tell me what I need to do. So I got my ticket. I got my plane ticket. I roomed with people I didn't know. She put me in a room with girls because everybody already had like their rooms and everything. But I was like, I'm going. So I went to Florida to conference. I went Emerald at conference. And then the very next month, I went Diamond. So I went Diamond in 90 days. And that, you guys, I still have it right here because I still use it sometimes. Christy had this. This is so old. You guys, this is so old. Literally, bye. But I'm going to show it to you anyway, because I don't know if you guys can see it. Do you see what it's called? A roadmap to Diamond in 90 days. And this one is when I kind of stopped really using it. It had a list of tasks, and I just check marked every single box in this every single day. And I did this every single day. It only takes about an hour, even though it looks like a lot of stuff, but it breaks it down to 30 minutes of personal development. I put that on when I was getting ready every day. Every single morning I was getting ready and I put on personal development. 20 potential distributor messages, 20 hat messages, all of, like, just broke it down. But you think you're going to remember everything, but you didn't. I use this to go Diamond. I use my roadmap, and you can write it out. Like, I remember when I didn't like have a printer at first, or we were probably out of ink, honestly, because we've always had a printer. I wrote it down. I wrote down that list of things that she told me I needed to do, and I just made sure that I did them every day. So this is something huge that I used. And whenever I got away from it, or whenever I feel like I'm not signing, I go back to the roadmap to Diamond in 90 days. But I went Diamond in 90 days. Then the very next month I went double. 2 months later, I went triple. It was like, it was just crazy. It was so crazy. But, you know, I think back on it now and I'm like, how did I go triple in 6 months? And really, all I did was do that every single day. And it's the things that, it's the income producing activities that they teach you on social media. So I started in November of 2019, I went to conference, and right after conference, COVID hit, right? But our system was already through social media. That's just how Chrissy trained us. That's how we did it. And so that didn't really affect me at all whatsoever. I just kept doing what I was already doing. And so that is really what it is just taking those simple steps and just doing them every single day and being consistent. Honestly, there's not really a secret sauce except actually doing it. If you don't send out messages, if you do not post, if you do not talk to people about it, you will not sign. Period. End of story. I mean, it's as simple as that. And to go fast forward to like this year, I actually had, they talk about rebuilding. I don't know how anybody on here is, but they talk about how people quit. You know, if anybody's on here and has been on this, in this business for any amount of time, you sign somebody up and then they don't work, or you sign somebody up and then they quit, right? Well, what's crazy to me is it's so funny because I was just like, I didn't have time to really think about anybody that wasn't doing anything because I was just so busy and I was focused and I had my head down and I was doing my sheet because I was going Diamond in 90 days because I wanted to make $2,000 a month, and I earned a $15,000 bonus because I wanted to stay home with my kids. So nothing, absolutely nothing was going to stop me from that. And still to this day, anybody quits, it doesn't matter because I am never going to leave my kids again, even though they don't even like hanging out with me anymore. It's fine. But I'm not going back to work. I'm just not. Like, I love my time freedom, and I already have a taste of that, and I already know what's possible with this business. And so it will never waver. Does the business go up and down? Of course, every business does. I mean, even in the salon, I would have a full house, all my stations rented, and then a couple people would leave. So what did I have to do? I had to replace those people as fast as I could So my income didn't go down. It's just like any business has that. So don't get discouraged if your business goes down. It's just that's how being a business owner is. When I even if you take away being a salon owner and just doing nails, if every single time slot in my thing was not booked, I made a post on social media. If I got a no-show, I went and got a coffee at the coffee stands, and the girls there ask you what you're doing. You're like, girl, I do nails. I just got no-showed. Oh my God, you do nails. Oh my God, I want you to do my nails. Girl, when you want to come in, let's do this. Okay. So in any business that you have, you're going to have those ups and downs. It's just what you do with that down. Are you going to cry about it? I could have got no-showed and stayed at the salon and cried about it like some of the other girls that worked at the salon would do. But no, I went and I figured out my crap. I went and got something done that I need to get done because I never had time. I worked 12 hours a day. Did I ever have free time? No, unless somebody no-showed me. So I went and got food, went and got coffee, talked to people, met new people, gave them my business card, went back to the salon and worked with my clients again. While the other girls that got no-showed were still in the break room crying about it. It's just how you do, how you take control of your life. You are a business owner, bottom line. So you have to treat it like that. I'm not yelling at anybody. I just get really passionate about it because I just really know what we have in our hands. I really, really do, because I've been around all the different companies. I've seen people, I've seen the products, I've seen the different compensation plans, and we have so much here with It Works. We really do. And just with the new foreign friend, well, it's new, maybe it's not new to somebody that just started on here, but with foreign friend and just the success bonuses and just the way that our company is going with the wellness products versus just we've always had wellness products, but we've always focused more on just losing weight, and it's about a healthy lifestyle. And so I just love that direction our company is going. It's just incredible. Sorry, I talk really fast. Okay, so you wanted me to talk about C'est La Vie. Okay, so you guys, ever since I started this business, I've gone through hard things too, by the way. My life is not perfect. I've gone through a lot of hard things, like hard things that people, when they tell me that they don't want to work the business because their husband did this or that, or they don't want to work the business because their kids are this or that. I'm like, yeah, girl, mine are too. No, how could that be your life? I'm like, girl, because that is not going to define me. If my husband or my kids are doing something, it doesn't change my business. I'm still going to do my business. I'm still going to show up for that. And for C'est La Vie, I went through a really hard time in my business in June. I've never not worked my business every single day. For Sundays, I don't do Zooms and I don't do certain things on Sundays. But am I gonna not message somebody that says, "Hey, I'm interested in making an income"? Well, heck yes, I'm gonna message them on a Sunday because it takes 2 seconds. But I don't schedule Zooms and do trainings and whatnot on Sundays. That's my family day and that's my reset day. But I definitely do still message people back. I'm not going to lie. I don't completely take a Sabbath because I'm not going to leave somebody on the table that wants me to respond to them, So that being said, in June, I didn't sign any distributors for the first time ever in my entire business. Starting, I've been in here for 5 million years, but it's only been 2.5 years, but still. I was like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to not winning or not, I'm just not used to it. And so I was like, okay, what's going on? And then July is coming around and I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm still doing the things. But then I had to really take a close look at what I was doing. I'm posting, I'm kind of messaging, I'm sending out those messages in the morning, and then I'm not paying attention to my phone or whatever it is. So I made a decision the last 10 days in July. I wasn't going to qualify because you had to remember I said June and July, you had to do that qualifying circle in June and July. And I was like, I don't know if it's like I'm in my head because I'm freaking out because I'm not doing that circle or what I'm doing, but I had to really just take a hard look at myself and say, are you doing all of the things on here? One of the tasks on here, you guys, is interacting. This is so old that Reels and TikTok aren't even on here, but I do those every day too. But interacting and really engaging with the people on your social media like I used to do, not just because of the business, but I used to be like, oh my gosh, girl, that looks so fun. Where are you? Just before I started this business. And I honestly really wasn't doing that anymore. I wasn't interacting with people. I wasn't facilitating those relationships. And my family, I've always lived far away from my family, and I have a huge family. So just my family and my friends. I grew up in California. I grew up in part of my life in Montana. I lived a big portion of my life in Spokane, Washington. So I have friends all over. And I wasn't interacting with them anymore. I was just sending them host to post messages and like, whatever. I don't even know. I was sending the messages out, but I wasn't doing it with intention. And I wasn't really facilitating those relationships and creating those relationships, even with brand new people. And that's a huge part of it. If you're building on social media, you have to interact with the people that you friend. You have to interact with your current friends like normal, like you used to. And it really doesn't take that long. I mean, I interact for like 10-minute intervals. And I usually at night, I will, it's something that you don't think about like after a while. Like it's like, this is my business. I need to message these people for my business. I need to make money. I need to sign a customer. I need to sign a distributor. But it's social media, you guys. It is social media. So like even with TikTok and Reels, you guys, especially like say TikTok, if you're using that platform too, which you should be if you're not, you have to interact on TikTok too. If you're not getting views on your TikToks and you're like, I'm putting out TikToks and I'm not getting any views, it's because you're not going on there. And I had to think about that. I heard it on a training, I think, probably from Savannah Sparks. But I have to go to TikTok, search search things that you're interested in. You can use TikTok's like a search engine. So search things you're interested in on TikTok and interact with those people, because they're going to start to see your TikToks and you're going to see more of that content. And then you're going to, there's an algorithm with TikTok too. So you've got to interact on there too. And it seems like a lot, but if you really just break it down, like I do it at night, for some reason, that's just like when I TikTok, instead of watching like my Dateline that I always used to watch at night, because I love a good murder mystery. I told my husband, I'm like, don't play with me, Kay, because I will get away with it. I'll tie this hair up, Kay. I will not leave a hair anywhere. I'm just kidding. It's impossible. My hair falls out everywhere. But I, instead of watching my Datelines, I look at TikTok, not for hours. I last maybe about 20, 30 minutes, and I'll interact on there. But the other thing I'm doing too is I'm saving the ones I want to remake. So I just save them right in TikTok or in Instagram Reels, and I remake them the next day. Or if you want to batch them out, if you only want to make them one day a week, or whatever your system is. For me, I have to be like in the mood. I'm like, okay, actress Liza today. Here we go, people. It's on. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'm not in the mood to act today because I have like zero poker face. But however it works for you. If you want to make 3 a day and make them every single day, then do that. If you like to batch them out. So, but I do it at night is when I look at them, I interact, and I save the ones I want to remake. But it definitely makes a huge difference to interact with people. We have to remember that it is social media and we have to be social. If we're all just business, they're going to be like, bye. The other thing, one tip that I can give you too with interacting is go on stories. When you watch people's stories, interact on their story and send them a message, because it'll go straight into their inbox. So then that way you're in their inbox already. And then when you message them for host to post or offering them the opportunity, you're not just like never having a conversation with. They're going to be like, oh yeah, that was the girl that thought I was cute or whatever. My dress is cute or whatever you want to say. And so that's a good way to get directly into their inbox. The other thing that I do is I always send out happy birthdays. I try to do them every single day. Some days if I miss, I do happy belated birthday. I'm a jerk. No, I don't say that part, but I try to do it every single day. And I actually save that in my boards. You guys, there's so many ways to shortcut and make things go quicker, but I have one in my board and I change it like every year. I switch it up and I make the wording a little bit different, but I have a literal happy birthday thing in my boards. And I tell everybody happy birthday on their birthday in their inbox, not on their wall, in their inbox, because that's another way that you're in their inbox. So, but yeah, so when I told you I was in my head, I totally got off track. I made the decision at almost the end of July and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I'm going to get more intentional. I am earning, c'est la vie, period, end of story. And my upline has a lot to do with it. She, as far as I did the work, she doesn't do the work for me. She didn't sign anybody for me, right? Christy's not going to sign anybody for me. I'm a triple diamond. Hello. She doesn't, no, it's not happening. But, and I don't want her to, but what she does do is, girl, how far are you away? How far are you away? And I'm like, this many customers, this many distributors. She's like, it's done. What are you doing? Like every single, not every day, but almost every single day. Like you guys probably have it too. Like we have a diamond and up chat. We have a triples and up chat, whatever it is on your team. But she was like, how far away are you? And there was people that already earned it, right, on our team. A lot of people that already earned it on Christy's team. And they already had a chat, which of course I didn't know that because I wasn't in it because I didn't earn Punta Cana yet. But as soon as I earned it, she added me to that chat and she told me, she said, scroll up and see how much everybody loves you. Like they were like, Liza's only 2 away. Liza's only 1 away. Like they were all like pumping me up, praying for me. And I didn't even know it, but they were all like, seriously, the support of your team. So even if you don't have a huge team, you have 2 people, support each other. Pump each other up. Like, girl, how many more do you need? You need 3, you can do it. Do you want, send out some more host posts, or this message is working right now. This hosted post is popping right now. Post this post, it's popping. Like I will literally go to a leader that keeps, instead of getting, I will like jealous or like hating because somebody's signing. I don't do that. You know what I do? I go to her page and I'm like, what is she posting? I'm all over her posts. I'm all up in her Kool-Aid, looking at what she's posting and using that post. And so don't get that in that mindset. And some people do that. I've never done that. I'm like, if this girl, like I said with Christy, I'm like, she makes that much money, I could do it too. I'm going to follow whatever she tells me to do, as long as it's not weird. And I'm going to do whatever she tells me to do, because she obviously knows what she's doing. And so, yeah, so that's what I do. Like I copy people's posts that I know are signing that, and not like, don't scroll back on their thing and copy a post from last month. Like copy the post that's popping that day. Like she just signed 3 customers. I'm going to go copy her. Like Michaela's popping off on TikTok and Reels. So I go and copy her TikTok and her Reel and make it my own. So just really stay on top of that and just do your work every single day. And one thing I do with my team, if they say they don't have time or whatever, because this is my full time now. But when I started this business, you guys, I was working, because it started as 2 days. I'm going to work 2 days every couple of weeks in Spokane. And then more people wanted me to do their nails, and then more. And then it ended up, I would be there for like 4 days at a time, every couple of weeks, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot, because then I had to travel there and I had to do this. And then I had to come back and put everybody back together again in my house. And I had, I have 3 dogs, 2 kids at home, 3 other kids elsewhere, not at home because they're grown. And my dad, I take care of my 84-year-old dad, and my husband is a full-time job. And so just because I do this full time doesn't mean I have 24 hours a day to do it. I have other things I have to do. And when I started, I was working, but I can tell you that when I was working in Spokane, I was there, I would travel, I would work from 7 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. But I got up and did a power hour every single day, even when I was in Spokane at 6 a.m. and I hosted it. And so you can absolutely do this business if you work full time. It's almost harder, I think, if you have all the time in the world, because you're like, I'll just do it later. And the one other thing with C'est La Vie was I was like, I am not going to leave this on the table. And I didn't. And I was so proud of myself because I signed literally when Christy was checking on me at like, I could look back on the text, but it was like at 8:59. So I'm on Pacific time. So it closes out at 10 p.m. Right? At 8:59, she's like, how far away are you? And I'm like, I need 4 loyal customers. And she's like, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was typing out, I need 4 loyal customers. And I got a notification. I'm like, went back, changed it to 3. Notification. Went back, changed it to 2. Notification. I got 3 notifications, like boom, boom, boom. And I was like, I only need 1. And she's like, shut up. And I was like, oh my God. So anyways, it was just so crazy. And so, but why did those notifications come in? Because when I made the decision like a few days earlier, and it wasn't that many days, you guys, like I was like, bro, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's like I have like 5 days. But when I made the decision, I put my head down and I got to work and I worked with more intention and I made sure that I did every single thing on my list in the morning. That is my biggest tip would be to get it done as early as possible in the day. Get your messaging done that's going to be different for everybody. I get up at 6 every morning. I make my coffee still to this day. And I do a 6:30 a.m. Power 30. We do it with Christy's team from 6:30 a.m. to 7. We message for hosted posts and the opportunity. I recommend doing something like that. If you have to get up a little bit earlier, you don't necessarily have to get on a meeting with people, but have accountability with someone and get those messages out. Is that all you need to do for your business the whole day? No, it's not. That's what I was doing in June and May. Like, don't do that. But that is going to get a huge chunk of your income producing activities done for the day. And then the next thing I do is I put up either a product post or a host to post. I do a host to post once a week and I do a product post every morning. I get those up, get that done. You have a huge part of your business done before you even start your day. That's what I would recommend, because let's just be honest, the days can get crazy and can get away from you. Either you don't feel good or you end up with a headache by the end of the day, or one of the kids is doing something weird and everybody's having a meltdown or whatever it is, right? Or you literally, for me, ever since I had COVID, you guys, I'm going to be honest, the thing that I have to fight with myself with, not working this business, I love this business, I will always work it, but I am physically tired by 2:30 p.m. Like my body needs a nap. And so if I don't get that bulk of my business done, I feel stressed out. I feel nervous, because inaction creates fear, and action will literally give you so much peace. And you will be like, I already did hella stuff for my business this morning, before I even started anything else. But like I said, that's going to look like something different for everyone. Some teams, you get up and you do journaling and do prayer, and that's fine too. Like whatever it is that you want. That's why I get up at 6, because I don't like to wake up and start messaging people. I wake up and I have my coffee, because that's the first thing I like to do when I wake up. And if I don't, I'm grumpy. Remember, Natalie? I'm just kidding. I wasn't grumpy, but I was like, bro, I need coffee. So I have my coffee and I talk to my dogs and I like look outside, and if it's a nice day and it's not raining, I sit outside and I drink my coffee, and then I start my Power 30 and I start messaging and stuff like that, because that is what I like to do. I like to think about my goals, thank God for the beautiful day and it's not raining in the Pacific Northwest, that kind of thing. So that's how I start my day, but I always start with messaging and getting that bulk of it done. So I know I'm going over on time, so sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, you're doing so good. I'm loving all of this. I'm getting nuggets. I hope, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are getting something out of this. I know that they are, because I feel like, at the end of the day, sometimes everybody needs to hear it from somebody else or put in a different way. And one of the things I love about your story specifically is that you were a business owner, so you understand the business side of this where I feel like sometimes we don't look at it as a business. We think of it as a job. And then there's a lack of like our own responsibility over what we're doing. But I feel like since you have that business mindset, you already understand that business looks like this and that, you know, you have to figure it out as an entrepreneur. You have to figure it out. And you've been able to do that. And also just the checklist. It's like we all know the checklist, but just hearing that reiterated, it's so true. And there's been so many times where random stuff has came up. And then you're right. If I still don't have my TikToks or Reels done, I'm still doing them at 11 o'clock at night, you know, versus just getting them done in the morning. So I'm getting so much out of this. And I'm so excited for you with Say La Vie. That is huge. I got something out of that too. And the main thing I guess would like to say is I know that also Reels and TikToks are like new for you. We've been doing a TikTok and Reels challenge. We're trying to do 5 a day, 3 to 5 every single day. And we put them in a group chat together. I know that though, I know for me, I did not want to do it. I felt like a clown with like a red thing on my nose. Like I felt so stupid, but they are working and we're starting to see that momentum grow. But we're also pretty new at it. So what would you say, just some tips or ideas about TikTok or Reels that you'd like to share?
For sure. Yeah. So for TikTok and Reels, like, I mean, it's newer in with, you know, than when I started, but we've been doing them for a while. And what I did know, and learn from all the leaders on my team is that you just have to be consistent, just like with the other things that we do. We say be consistent all the time, but it's true. You have to do 3 to 5 for sure every single day and make them on whatever platform. Usually I make them on Instagram. Some of them I make on TikTok if I find it on TikTok, but I try to record them on Instagram just because I like the way Instagram camera looks better. But if I find them on TikTok, then I just make them on TikTok and they look weird, but fine. But just finding a rhythm with it. If you guys are doing a chat, that's awesome. Just do them. When I started, we weren't doing chats. We weren't doing like, okay, copy this one. We were just like, you just need to do them. And everybody just needs to figure it out. So now, like all of the leaders that started doing them a long time ago, they've got it figured out for you. So if you have a chat where it's like, copy it, just copy them. And the thing for me is that like when I started, what we recommend doing is a product one, a business one, and a relatable one. And then the other 2 can just be whatever you want. You could throw 2 more relatable ones, funny ones, random ones that you think are funny. But what I started doing when I started is because I was like, I am not doing those dances. Like I tried to do a couple of them and I wanted to freak out. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like I can dance, but I can't do the like line dancing isn't my thing because I have to copy what everybody's doing. And it's weird. But I was like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to look and I'm going to see which ones are funny that I think are funny. And I'm going to copy those. And so that's what I did. And so I do a lot of like mom humor, like maybe people don't think it's funny, but I think it's funny. Or like, cause I have teenagers and teenagers and older. So if you have no kids, follow somebody that has no kids and make those your funny ones. But as far as the business and product ones, like copy the leaders, copy the right cat, copy Savannah Sparks, copy Jessica Wireman, copy Destiny Jimerson, copy their product ones, because those, it doesn't matter how many kids they have, how old their kids are, or whatever their kids, those are going to be business related and you're going to be able to copy those. And some of them are super simple and you can do that and record those. Like okay, so just for an example of today, you guys, unfortunately, I have to still edit them because I ran out of signal because my husband went to the lake with me because my kids don't like to hang out with me anymore. And I was really depressed yesterday. So this morning, I did all my business work this morning. I got all my messages out. I had to go live in Christy's team page and do a winner for yesterday. I recorded 3 TikToks or Reels before I even left, and I copied Destiny's. I knew which ones I wanted to make today because last night I saved them. So if you guys have a chat and you're giving them to each other, there should be no reason why you do not remake those. With me for my chat, I give them the ones to copy too. And I give them really simple ones. So nobody can tell me I don't have anywhere to do that big of a dance. I don't have a dog, or I don't have a baby to put in the video. I do really, really simple ones. And so definitely do them, post them on TikTok, save them without the watermark with SnapTik and Snap Insta, and put them on all 3 platforms. That's what we do. We do TikTok, Reels, and Facebook Reels. So you only have to make them once, and then you just post them on all the platforms. Definitely do it. You just got to do it. I didn't want to do it either when I started, but I did it anyway. And when, honestly, those ones, okay, you have to do host to post. You have to. But doing TikToks and Reels, it's just another way to bring people in. So don't do a TikTok and be like, I didn't get any views. Why am I doing TikTok? Because sometimes it's just with the algorithm. Sometimes you won't. But I can tell you that the first time one of mine went to 1 million on Instagram, it was like a month later. So don't ever count out what you're doing. Do it every single day and just keep doing it every single day, because they get kicked out back into the algorithm somehow. I do not know how. Don't try to figure it out. Just do it. Doesn't matter. Just do them every day. Just the algorithm doesn't really matter. Just interact with people, make your content. Focus on that. Some people were like, what time of day should I post it? Should I post it at 8 a.m.? Like, people had this whole thing and they Googled it, and it's like, no, just post it. If you didn't post it by 11 p.m., post it at 11 p.m. Just get them out there. What I find is best is posting one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one at night, because that just keeps, it's just easier for me. But if I didn't have service, I'm getting them all out by the end of the night, regardless. And so super simple. The other thing too, with the creators that have gone viral with it, they literally repost some of their product ones with a different sound. So if you, for some reason, didn't get to make one, repost it. Just repost it. Repost that product one. If you go look at Jessica Wireman or Mikel Diaz, go look at their Reels or TikToks. Some of them are reposted, and it's totally fine, because it's with like Facebook and Instagram and making posts, we don't want to post the same one the next day or the same one 3 days later, right? Because it's our feed and it looks weird and we reposted the same post. But TikTok and Reels are completely different. They throw those out in the algorithm all over the place. And so it doesn't matter if you repost the same one. Do you want to do that all the time? Of course not. But if, like, for example, I posted one, because like on my Instagram, like sometimes you'll see where, I'll just show you. If you guys can see, my phone's kind of like gets bright on its own. But if you can see, like, I get thousands of views here, and then all of a sudden I'll get like none, or like 5 or something. Do you see where it's like hardly any views? So I'll take that one and I'll repost it, especially if it's a product one. Like this one got 11 randomly, but then I have thousands on the other ones. And so I'll take that one and repost it again, because it just was the algorithm, you know. But also don't ever delete them, because if I would have deleted that one that went to 1 million, and by the way, my first one that went to 1 million on Instagram, you guys, it was literally because I, on a thing where we have to do 3 to 5 a day in our chat, right? And we were doing like morning, noon, and night, just to try to get people in a rhythm of doing them. And I didn't have my afternoon one done. And I was like, I'm in this Mexican restaurant. The guacamole is literally mediocre, and I'm wearing a bra. I'm making a TikTok about that right now. And I literally made a TikTok about that. I went like this, and that's all I did. I recorded myself and went like this. And I captioned it, when you're in a bar with mediocre guacamole and you had to wear this. Could have had it at home. And that literally went viral. And I got like 2,000 more followers just from that on Instagram. So try to, and that wasn't me copying anything. I just made that one up. So try to like, if you're funny, which I think I'm funny. I mean, maybe I'm not to some people, but try to embrace that and like show that sometimes, you know, because I was literally thinking it. I'm like, what am I going to make I didn't save any that day or whatever it was. And I was like, I'm making a TikTok about this, and people can totally relate to that. So do relatable ones, do business and product every single day, and just do those 3. That's coming from advice from people that have gone viral. I'm not like, if you go to mine, like I don't have tens of thousands of followers on TikTok and Reels, but I still sign. You don't have to have tens and thousands of followers on TikTok and Reels to sign. But you can, you're not going to gain the followers if you don't put out the content, bottom line. You're just not. And so posting and sharing on your stories and making the Reels and TikToks is 100% what you should be doing. But yeah, that's coming from like Savannah Sparks and Jessica Wireman, the people that, because she was on our boot camp that we had, Jessica Wireman. I don't know if you guys know who she is. I didn't know who she was until she was on our boot camp that Christy had for us last week. But she went viral on TikTok, and she makes super simple ones and product ones that are easy to copy. So I would definitely recommend copying her, or you could go to like ours and we're already copying her, so you can copy ours too. But anyways, that's all I got.
I love it. No, thank you so much. And yeah, we actually just got off a Zoom, and Jessie Wireman, I think, was like the one on there. So yeah, it was, we're learning from her too now, all the tips. So thank you so much. And that's the main thing, is like, if you guys didn't get anything out of this, which I'm sure you got a lot. I know I was like over here like, wait a minute, let me write this down. The main thing that I got from it and that stood out to me was consistency, right? Like at the end of the day, with everything in this business, it's consistency, and it's a matter of just doing the work and that intentionality. Because there have been times in my business, I knew for me, when I'm intentional about getting my 4 and a friend, I'm getting my 4 and a friend. When I'm just like you're saying, just doing the minimal amount, but I'm not really being intentional with the follow-up and with, you know, keeping track and really like tracking my steps and being intentional about it, I'm not going to get the enrollments. And that's just the truth of the matter. So thank you so much. Are there any other like last minute, I don't know, tips or anything that's on your heart that you want to share? We thank you so much for being on tonight and taking the time.
The Zoom just paused for a second. Sorry. I heard you say, is there any last minute things? And then.
Oh yeah. Is there any last minute things that you would like to share, or anything that's on your heart, any tips or just anything in general to close us out
The
tonight?
biggest thing for me, I hope you guys can hear me, but the biggest thing
Yes.
for me that I would like to say too is just, you know, we get off of these Zooms and we're like, yeah, we need to do that. Yeah, she was right. Yeah, we need to copy. Yeah. And then we just like, I know for me, like, I'm like, okay, bye. I have to go deal with the kids now and whatever. But really take these, you guys, and just do it. Do the work. Message the people. We're in the business of asking. If you do not ask, if Christy would have never offered me the business, I mean, I knew about network marketing, but if she wouldn't have offered me the business, that wouldn't have been in the back of my mind that she had that opportunity for me. And when enough was enough for me, and I was tired of traveling and tired of working at the salon 12 hours a day selling chemicals and not being with my kids, I wouldn't have gone to her, because I wouldn't have known that that was an option. We think that people know what we do, and we think that they know that it's an option for them, but not everybody does. Like, I didn't really know what Christy did. She doesn't say it works in every single post, so I didn't know until she offered it to me. So if you're nervous, because I know one of my girls was nervous about asking. She's like, I don't want to be annoying. I'm like, I never felt like that, you guys. I knew that these products were incredible, and we have premium top of the line ingredients. And I knew that this business plan was incredible too. And I have never felt bad about asking somebody, ever. I feel like it's a gift. And when somebody comes at me sideways, I do not engage with them. Deuces. If you don't know them personally, delete and block immediately. You do not need that negativity in your life. If it's someone you know and you want to tell them, like, mostly no one's ever really come at me sideways. One of my cousins did. And I said, listen, she put a negative comment on my post and I messaged her and I said, listen, don't ever do that to me again. I've never disrespected you ever. And believe me, she puts a lot of weird crap on her social media. I'm like, oh my gosh, why are you putting that on your social media? But anyways, I was like, I've never disrespected you. Don't disrespect me. This is my business. And I will, don't make me delete you and block you because you're my cousin and I love you, but don't. And she never did it again. And nobody ever has really, I mean, because I'm kind of like feisty, so most people don't come at me, but there's been a couple people and I'm like, bye. If I don't know them, I delete and block them immediately because people are crazy and weird and they're going to like report you and whatever. And so like, if I don't know that person, I delete and block them immediately. The other reason is you don't want to engage in that because that gets you that you're messaging people and you're on your focus. Don't let those people distract you. I don't engage whatsoever. I delete their comment and I block people if it's rare, but you know, there's going to be those people, but don't let anything distract you. Just keep your focus. This business is incredible. It really is. It's a gift that I feel so blessed that came into my life. So blessed. And I will always work this business because I love it. And I know that it changed my life. It really did. And I am helping other people change their life. Just think of all the people that shared at the top 20 retreat, Natalie. There was somebody that literally was being abused and she was burned over her body. And she started this business from her bed and it changed her life. Like it changed my life in a different way than her. I wasn't, you know, but this business is a gift. It truly is. And so, yeah, just think of the people out there that need it and pray for that. You know, if you have a relationship with the Lord and you pray for him, pray to him to bring you to the people that need this business every day before you start messaging, you know, because, or put it out there and the energy out there in the world, or however you feel like you live your life, like, you know, put it out there that that your messages are going to go to the right people, you know? So yeah, that's it.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Liza. This is just so good. I'm so fired up. And just like you said, we just need to take everything that you shared tonight and actually implement it. Because that's the truth, is that every single one of us have been blessed by this business financially, with the freedom, with the friendships. Everybody has benefited from this business, and it truly, truly is a gift that we can offer people. And just like you said, you didn't even know this is what you were looking for. You know, I don't think any of us have. I didn't know I was looking for this, and then it just fell in my lap. Well, my best friend in roller was in the business for a year, and same thing. She asked me like probably 3 to 5 times, and I had a wrap party for her and everything. And it wasn't until I needed this business that I reached out and was like, because it was a seed that was planted in the back of my head. And I remembered that I could do this business. So just like you said, people aren't going to know unless we offer it. So, but it is such a blessing. So thank you so much for taking the time out tonight. We will go ahead and stop the recording if you can, Michi. But thank you so